Next on NTC News, we have a compelling story about Cheryl Thomas. Imagine having the job of your dreams taken away in one day by disaster. That's just what happened to Cheryl Thomas. Cheryl broke the L4, which is part of the lower lumbar part of the spine. This is a very uncommon break. Let's hear how she broke it.
When I grabbed the bag, the strap caught on the cargo net and I was already out the door.
After breaking part of her spine, she said her legs went numb, but she finished her shift and she went home without telling anyone.
Well, I wasn't planning on not coming back.
Cheryl did not think the injuries to her spine were that severe, but when she woke up the next morning, she could barely move. After such a traumatic injury, Cheryl was even having problems sleeping at night.
I had a lot of trouble with it at first. Not that it still doesn't affect me, but nowhere near like it used to. I would wake up and I would be literally standing next to my bed. It took a really long time to untrain myself to stop hearing all the planes.
3 months after her injury, Cheryl was running into money problems. She needed food in the house to feed her son. She needed to go down and get food stamps, but they told her that she needed to work.
I had to ask for help. It was humiliating. So they assigned me a job at the DMV taking photographs. So I asked my doctor, and he said, "No, you don't work for 6 months. You have a note for 6 months. Why are you working?" I'm like, "To get the food stamps."
After only 6 months, Cheryl returns to the airline to work, where she was forced to resign 3 months later. The back problems weren't the only thing plaguing Cheryl Thomas. She also was having problems with her eyes.
I started having problems reading road signs and clear objects. Certain colors just faded right away. I went to my eye doctor and he told me that I had some pretty bad cataracts.
In 2000, Cheryl has cataract surgery, and in 2003 she decides to go back to school. But things weren't so smooth for Cheryl at this time.
I had to drop out of Visual Basic because I couldn't even focus on the book. I couldn't see the words yet.
Cheryl's been in school before, for 2 different degrees, but the feelings of worthlessness are starting to finally fade away.
No schooling is wasted because I'll just be the smartest lady in the old folks' home.
As Cheryl nears the end of this semester, she has 1 more semester to go, but she finds another roadblock in her way. She will be losing her child support, which has been her financial structure for the last couple of years, but she does not let it ruin her disposition about school.
Sometimes you have to let go of what you got to get something else.
This leaves us with the final conclusion that time heals all wounds. Next week on NTC News, a riot breaks out in the cafeteria as teachers protest the food.